Yeah, Jordan. I mean, I meant Michael Jordan. Go ahead, man. Yeah, go ahead. Be good.
If only. There's a bit of a difference between the two.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there is. That's
So what is your relationship with Jordan Fox?
Well, his uncle was Rick Wilson. Well, we played hockey together growing up. Like, Jordy was really good as a kid. And we played AAA hockey together in St. Louis. And then his uncle Rick, who was first-round draft pick to the Blues in '82, was a good friend of mine because we all worked out together. He had a gym, retired in St. Louis. His son is Brock Wilson, and then we just all hung out and played hockey, man. And then I started training with Rick all the time, so we became very, very close. Did
Jordan ever get you with his patented toe drag?
Oh God, we were both the alpha males on the AAA team. If you can only imagine, if you imagine us two on a team together. We're both really good. We're young. We were both really good when we were young. We were both loud, obnoxious, and we were competitive with each other. And and then my family would take his ass up, and we drive together. And I get so mad at him because he'd be the only one to stand up to me, and stuff. And I needed that from him big time. That was good. At the time, I wanted to kill him, but it was good in the end.
So, what role did Jordan and Brock play in getting you to come to Nottingham?
I was in kind of a weird jam, wanting to know, what I was going to do with my second career. And so I was just kind of like, did I go back to the American League? Do I want to do this? I need to figure something out for the next year to kind of see what I want to do with my second career, really. And so they're like, just go over there and play. It's fun. This, that, and the other. You're going to have a great time. The fans are going to love you. And it's England, and you love that kind of stuff. And so that's what I did. And so I'm like, yeah, we made the decision and went over there. And it's not an easy thing to do. You know what I mean? You got to pack up a lot of stuff. I have animals over here. People have to take care of my house, things like that. But it worked out, man. It was a great decision. Great decision.
And do you remember your first conversations with Cory? Because I know when people first talk to Cory, he's got a different sense of humor. He's a different kind of cat. Do you remember your first interactions with Cory?
Yeah, he was very soft-spoken, and I'm like, "What's up, man?" Hey, I looked at. I'm getting phone. Can you hold on one second? Sorry about that. I'm getting phone calls out the wazoo. Well, he was just very cool, calm, and collected, and I heard nothing but great things about him from Jordy and Rick and all those, Rick Wilson and Brock, and I'm like, "What's up?" And he sounded like a buddy, which at that point in my career, like, he's my coach, but he's also, like, I could talk to him. Like, we're not, I played 10 years. I want to go over there, and I'm easy to deal with. So, he was hard on me a couple times, and he needed to be. But he was awesome, man. And if I need to be like, damn it, Cory, listen to me. And a couple times I had to say that. Not just kind of like where I needed to be, or maybe like, I don't know, just a couple different things. And he's just easy to talk to, but he's very smart. And a couple times he had to put me in my spot. I'm like, oh, I got you, no problem. So he was perfect. He was perfect for the team that we had. Older, veterans. You got leadership out the wazoo. And, Linger, Clarke. I mean, good God. So he just molded with us perfectly.
And then on Cory's right-hand side is Rick Strachan, who is a character on his own self. What's your memories of Rick?
Stealing all his shoe. I couldn't get any. It got stuck in customs. And you shouldn't do that, by the way, all your children out there. But him just, again, complimented Cory. I sometimes need to talk to Strachey, but he was a cool guy, always happy. He'll come in and give you a nice little pump-up speech. Look, for those guys, it must have been pretty easy that year. Because, again, we had an awesome team of characters, the leadership group, and then you got guys that, and we were tough. I mean, we just had it all, man. I mean, we really were. And we went through some slides. We probably should have won the three trophies. But it was a long year. But we had, what a fun, cool team that was to watch, though. You had all kinds. You had skill, tough, in your face, don't give a shit, let's go kind of attitude. That was awesome.
So when you got to Nottingham a little bit late, I don't know if that's because of visa issues or what, but I think your first game was a home game against Manchester, wasn't it?
Yeah. Remember, I missed. Oh my God, the first game too, man. The ice was so big, I'm not used to it. And I remember, like, I'm gonna get this guy. And I remember going at 100 miles an hour, like, oh, here we go. And then I just couldn't get to him. And he'd toy with me because he probably knew I was coming in way too hot. And he's like, okay. And he kind of backpedaled. I'm like, I'm still like 6 feet away from this guy. Then he dishes the puck and he steps around me. And I'm like, where am I? I'm in no man's land. I kind of trip into the boards. I'm like, oh shit, I got to get my timing down. If I'm going to be a hitter in this league, which obviously you knew I turned out to be, I need to figure that part out before anything. And that was a little difficult at first. But then I felt like I could build my speed up so much to where you learn how to catch, you learn your timing, and now you're a lethal weapon. Horrifying, because you could go 100 miles an hour. And guys are just like, fuck, what do I do?
And I think one of the most memorable things about whenever you were on the ice, and the fans could always tell when you were lining up a hit, and there was this like collective like, ooh, and then when you'd hit, it was, what? Hey,
yeah,
that kind of thing. Even now, that makes my hair stand on end. I can't imagine what it does to you when you think about it.
Oh, dude, that's just an awesome feeling. I mean, I've been doing that my whole career. Even in NHL, I remember playing here, and all of a sudden everybody's like, oh, here he goes, because you weren't able to avoid it. I got into the NHL at the perfect timing because it was an 2004 lockout where they took away the hooking and clutching, right? You can't tie me up anymore if I dump the puck in, dude. I knew how to lay that damn thing in so perfectly, or my line mates were like, oh, here we go get it, Cam. And the D-man would have to do it. And if they didn't do it, they looked terrible. I'm going to just go get the puck instead and cycle it back, and now we were in control. Or, you bail at the last second, it looks terrible, or you're getting hit, and either way, it sucks for you. Or you make a really good move on me, and then I look like an ass. That happens too. Don't get me wrong. You know what I mean by that too, right? Oh, God. I hurt myself more doing that crap, going in and trying to kill somebody, and they're like, bam, shimmy, shake me. I'm like, whoa, bam. And then your shoulder's out for like 2 weeks. Yeah. Dude.
There were two pretty fun moments at the end of that game against Manchester. You scored, you got a nice deflection on a goal and it went in. And then you got man of the match, and it's evident nobody told you what you should do if you got man of the match.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
They
didn't tell me anything. Those idiots. I'm like, what? They call my name, so I skate around like I'm like I don't know, royalty or something, waving, throwing flowers at people. Like, I'm not like, what am I? I was just supposed to go there and stand, right, and like hug somebody. I thought that was good though, man. That all worked out. Everybody was dying laughing. I needed to do that anyway to show the fans that you're kind of like normal, and like, because they see you on the ice like, this dude's probably crazy, and then they see you like act like a goofball, and they're like, oh, he's normal too. So it all works out, man.
Were you cognizant then that you were coming into the Elite League with a bit of a reputation on your back then?
Well, I hope the hell so. I mean, you play 10 years in a show, you got, 500 fights down. Like, you're going to know, like, I'm going to do something. I've been doing something, So, yeah, of course. And unless they didn't do their homework on me,
There's every chance.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's one of the things that the fans really loved about you, is that you played all those games in the NHL, you had all those fights in the NHL, but you brought that same style, that same intensity to every game in the Elite League. You didn't come here just to try and play. You came here and you hit people, you fought people, you put everything into your year in Nottingham.
Well, Cory put me on a line with Farmer and God,
Chris Lawrence.
Larry. And then, oh my God. And we just rocked, guys. And we were effective. And I played on line with Moran and Kulnick for a little bit there. And it was tough. Like, I'm a straight line kind of guy. Those guys are turning in and out. I really need to adjust my game. And I'm at my best, man, when I'm with two other guys that will keep it simple and we'll just go. And who's going to do anything about it? Like, if I don't hit you, Farmer's going to do it. And Farms, I don't think really realized that he needed to be a power forward. He could really be tough until we started kind of playing together. And then Larry would just go do what he needed to do. And it just worked. It just worked. And Cory figured that out. Like, fuck, I'm putting those three together. And they're going to go do their thing, and they're going to be terrifying.
And then you mentioned characters and leadership. And then a few weeks after you've been in Nottingham, that's when David Ling comes back to Nottingham. Now, you've played with a lot of amazing players, but have you ever played with anyone quite like David Ling before?
No, he is just a gem in so many ways. And I was kind of, and I'm not gonna lie to you, you hear about him, and I was just kind of hesitant off the bat on how he was going to be, because at the time the locker room was pretty good, and he's on his own. He's in his own world, like Linger does it. But it just worked, and me and him became really good buddies. And then we just made everybody laugh, and we would tell stories, and oh my God, and the guys were just dying, and the young kids would be dying laughing, because we're two North American guys. He's got his accent, I have my accent. All the British guys are just loving it. Like, those guys are so fun, and if you have a fun locker room like that where things are hilarious, like, you walk in that locker room and your stomach's gonna hurt of laughter. That's just a good thing to have. It's so healthy. And God, some of the antics Linger did on the ice too and there's a couple times where me and Linger yelled at each other in the locker room when shit wasn't going right. And guys were like, oh shit. I'm like, well, then what? We go back and forth, like, what? And then all of a sudden Linger would go out there and score like 3. And I'd go and then we go party, So it was just healthy, man. It really was. And then, I wish he would have been able to enjoy it for the rest of the year, but he had to go do what he had to do.
I say he had a hell of a last game where he think he got a hat trick and then got himself thrown out. So
yeah, with a slash. Yeah, I remember that. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. He doesn't give a shit.
So then there's one question I ask everyone that's played with David Ling, and that's, what is your favorite David Ling story?
Well, that was I can't. So many stories though. Well, so many stories we told in the back of the bus. I can't tell you. I can't tell you.
That's a common response.
I can't tell you, and I'm sure. Hopefully he does the same with me. There's some stories, but there was just a video of him, honestly, and I wasn't even there at the time, of the behind the Zamboni, the balls that you have to have just to do that, and both teams laugh. And I think the Nottingham was like 4 years ago, whatever. I think Nottingham was up like 10-0. And both teams are laughing. Remember that where he does the Zamboni?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ! I mean, I've never seen that happen. That's ballsy.
That's our most viral video on YouTube.
It's ridiculous. I mean, it's ridiculous. Who? And he's done. You could tell he's done it a million times because he's good at it. So he must have been an ass 10 or 15 more times. Like, if I'm the other team, I'm pissed. What the hell is this guy doing? But you have to laugh at that, man. He's a veteran.
It's one of them. You can get annoyed at it, but he's David Ling. He can do that, and he's going to score a hat trick, and he'll punch you in the face, and he'll do whatever he wants.
And run you from behind, and then go by the bench and like, oh God. He has no teeth. He just looks like, I think he's so funny, man. That guy is so funny. I had a blast with him, dude. I really did.
You mentioned the British players in that locker room as well. Guys like Stevie Lee, David Clarke, a young Ollie Betteridge is in that room, Robert Farmer. How did those guys help you settle? Because they're kind of the core of the team in England. Like each team has their core of British players.
Oh, our British players were awesome. I mean, Stevie Lee will block a shot with his face, get in front of that. Like, I played with so many guys like Stevie Lee too. Not as handsome, by the way. He looks like a movie star, that guy. I remember walking around, people were just like he's just so like proper looking and just like tattooed, like just looks so just like a model. And Clarkey too, good. All of them, they're all handsome. It's crazy. We had the best looking team besides Linger and Farmer and myself, of course. Farmer's not the game. He was, oh my God. Farms would walk in the locker room someday. I'm like, oh my God, you look like shit. And he's like, what is wrong with you? I mean, stuff on his beard, his hair. I'm like, and then everybody would just die. And he doesn't care. He doesn't care. Like, I love you. I love guys you play with that you can make fun of like that. And they're like, oh, you're right, I do. Right, I do. Because he knows he does. Oh, man. Everybody, I told you, the guys are awesome, man. The Brits are cool, dude. They all drink, have fun, laugh, tell stories. Smart guys. It was cool, man. Showed me such a good time, respected me and Kate like no other. Just awesome.
And especially a guy like David Clarke, he's a legend in the British game. He's got his jersey retired in Nottingham now. When you come in, you hit him. I remember speaking to Jeff Brown about him, where he said that he got told, I was like, oh, I'm going to have to really like, little bit. He says, you get to meet David, and he's just one of the guys.
Oh, when you first talk to him, like, am I talking to somebody in like Parliament? Am I talking to a very, very smart guy that's so much smarter than me that I need to like and then you see him, you're like, oh my God, like, are you in movies? And then you go out and you party with him, I'm like, oh, you're my buddy. Like he's just such a like specimen of a dude, for one. Smart, could walk into a room and articulate, and his vocabulary, my goodness, just intelligent guy. And he's like cut, like, have you seen him with his shirt off? Oh my, I mean,
no body fat.
Cut. It's like, oh, I thought I was cut up. I'm like, this guy, I'm like, oh my God, put your shirt back on, Clarke. And then he goes out and parties with you all night and is awesome in the locker room. It's like the trifecta there, you know?
And then,
yeah, Kate loves him too, by the way. Of course she does. Him and Stevie Lee. Like, oh my God. Kate wasn't even allowed to look at him anymore. I'm like, get these guys out of here. They're too handsome for you. Get out of here.
Did she buy some of those calendars that Gary likes to do? The body calendars.
God. Oh yeah, they're hanging up all in her closet. Not of my picture though. That's fun, man.
And then one of the other fun things about being in the Elite League is, yes, you get to play in this nice arena in Nottingham, but then you also get to travel to places like Cardiff and play in the Big Blue Tent. You get to go to Edinburgh and play in that spacious, interesting rink up there in Murrayfield, which is one with. How did you find the traveling into the other rinks and things like that?
Great question. I loved it, man. I've traveled, flying on private jets is one thing, cruising around. Yeah, it's fun. But for me, cruising through Scotland, the variations of landscape and weather and the castles where, I look in the distance and I see a castle. I'm like, where are we? Where are we? And I'm the only one doing this, by the way. No one else even gave a shit. I'm like, where are we? And I look it up. I'm like, wow, that was from 1173. And I'm like, reading. I'm like, that was so cool. Now, don't get me wrong. Some of the rinks were a little sketchy because, for me personally, like Edinburgh, I don't care. I'll go into a shitty locker room. I'm a princess, don't get me wrong, because we have a multi-million-dollar facility here for the Blues alumni, and we have all our shit. Oh, my God, I'll show you a video. Look, there's videos online about it. It's magnificent. So I'm a princess. But going in a locker room like that, fine. There's so much. But when the boards are really hard, like concrete, like in Edinburgh, and you go try to hit guys and you miss them, or you do hit a guy, that amplifies injuries a little more. Like, God, I got stuck in my ribs one time, dude. Like going in hard, and usually you have that give, but there was like concrete there. I'm like, "Gah!" And so that was tough, but I don't care, man. I sucked it up.
And then, like I said, going to places like the Big Blue Tent, there was an incident in December where I think Brad Moran got hit in the Big Blue Tent by Tyson Marsh. And then there was all about the talk about the suspension, how it got reduced and all things like that. And then it all came back to a head in Nottingham where you and Tyson Marsh did drop the gloves together. And that seemed like quite a that's just part of the code of the game, isn't it, sort of thing? Yeah,
and he knew it was coming, and that's okay. And he's a warrior, dude. And he caught Moran pretty high, like, and I was on the ice and I didn't see it. And it was probably it's probably better off if I did see it, I guess, for him in the end, because he probably would have caught, it wouldn't have gone that bad. But now it builds up. And then right when I went on the ice, he actually had the puck behind the ice. He gets rid of the puck and he goes, I'm a man. I'm going to be a man, and I'm going to suck it up. And he fought me. And he didn't just tie me up. He won the throw. And I just got a good jump. I got a good grip, and my arm was chucking at the right time and speed, and the timing caught him because he had his – I don't know why he thought I was going to do an uppercut, and he kind of popped his head up, and I caught him. It's just one of those things, man. And again, he's a warrior, man. He took it like a champ, and he knew he had to do that. And I had to do that shit too. Like, oh, my God. Like, fuck, I just posted something about a video of me knocking out Thomas Caberlet of the Maple Leafs. So you see what happened there? Intensify that by 1,000,000. And then I got to go to center ice with Wade Belak, and you just got to pay the piper, man. And you want to be a warrior, you're going to do hits like that. He knew it, I knew it, and you just got to suck it up and go after the big boy.
And were you surprised at the toughness in the Elite League with guys like Adam Keefe, Zach Fitzgerald, Lee Salters? That it was
tougher than shit. Jesus Christ. Tougher than shit. Like, I tell you what, man, Fitzy, and they're badass dudes. They're bad boys. Throw down the pipe. we'll fight it, throw lefts, take punches, like, God damn. And then once I left, then all the big boys came over. Remember that? Oh, I screwed over poor Fitzy. So you got to send this to Fitzy, man. And Fitzy and all those guys. I come over, we have do our thing, fights out the wazoo, and then all these guys saw that I was probably over there and like, dude, he had a great time. And all the shit kickers came over, and oh my God. Who else? Nielsen, Klotz.
Well, Big Ern.
Big Ern. Well, I brought him over there for you guys. Oh, Bordalo. Damn, dude. Oh, some shit kickers came over. See ya. Sorry, guys. See you later. I'm out. I didn't mean to do that, by the way. Can I talk about that?
Yeah.
Real quick. I do want to apologize for leading up, signing a 2-year deal, getting everybody excited. But I got job offers here, man. Like I had to start my second career. I'm so ahead of the game now on what I'm doing after. And I know the guy's like, fine. But I think the fans will understand that. And I didn't mean to get you pumped up. I was going to go over there and fucking bring it. Don't get me wrong. But I got job offers, man. And I had to take it. So I hope everybody knows that. I think they do. And I would have gone over there and fucking bled for you guys. But I'm going to come back over and let's party, man. Let's just party.
I'm sure you see all the love.
I want to come and give the guys a pump-up speech. Maybe even like go to practice with the guys or something and then hang out for a weekend, go to the bars and maybe bounce around England a little bit, dude. That's what I want to do.
I'm sure that can be arranged.
Do an autograph signing. I don't know. Let them know. Shit, I'll come over.
And I'm sure you can tell that the fans that they do appreciate that you went into a secondary because you must be able to feel all the love from the Panthers. Whenever we post a picture of Cam Janssen or a video of Cam Janssen, like they those pictures almost get more reaction than anything else we do. So you must feel that love when we do that. Yeah,
absolutely. And I always talk. I'm always doing stuff, man. I'm on the radio all the time. I do videos. I mean, it's just not stopping. I always, Spitting Chicklets podcast. I brought you guys up. I had Brian McGrattan on my podcast. I'm always bringing it comes naturally. It's not just like some people ask me or whatever. Memories pop into my head, man, because it was so fun. That's a year we had a blast over there. That was so fun. My last game ever, I held a trophy up. Like that. That's awesome. And I'll never forget that. And again, I met a lot of people. If I go over there, if we go over there this weekend, I can call a bunch of people and have fun. Like that's a good feeling, and feel cool going to a bar and saying hey to people and stuff. I don't know. I love that stuff.
One of the other special things about playing in Nottingham is the rivalry with Sheffield. How did you find that when you first got involved in it? What did Cory tell you about it?
Oh, well, it's the same kind of thing. When I played for the Devils and Lou Lamoriello is like, we hate the Rangers. And I'm like, okay. And then you go play a game. You're like, yeah, okay, now I get it. 3 fights, kicked out of game. Like, oh, okay. Sheffield, same damn thing. I love that. You need to have that. And Fitzy and I had our thing and a couple of just drama, hardcore. Nothing cheap. Like, nothing cheap, really. Like, sometimes it got a little – but I think, like, we both respected that we're both really good. And then, I love playing in that barn. I'm sure I loved whenever you're playing Sheffield on a Saturday. And then I'm coming out last. And I hit the boards, like, let's go. And then I stare at all of them. And then Fitzy's looking at me. I'm like, it's just cool, man. It's such an adrenaline rush. I do miss that. I miss that, like, fuck, here we go, baby. Like, fans going crazy. Let's go. I miss that, dude. I really do.
And then that's amplified in those 2 Christmas games as well. When it's back-to-back, 2 sold-out arenas, that's when it really hits it.
Yeah, you hate each other. I mean, again, it's just the competitiveness in that league was so – it was unique. I wasn't expecting it, to be completely honest with you. And I think a lot of people – and I tell people, I'm like, do you want to go over there, man? Dude, it's hard. It's hardcore. It's fast. It's mean. It's tough. It's the 90s NHL without the hook and clutching. You get my trip like the 90s, like the skill, like guys are toe dragging, like, and then hits, huge monster hits still, and toe-to-toe fights that you just don't see anymore in the NHL. It's just cool. It's no wonder people love it over there. It's fun. It's awesome to watch.
Well, it's like you've got, like, on one line, you've got Andy Bombach and Stephen Schultz just running rings around people. Then on the other line, you've got you, Larry, and Farms just destroying people. It's just this beautiful mixture of destruction and art.
Yeah, and you got guys that are marketable. You know, you got guys that are marketable too. Like you could do a calendar of all of us with our shirts. And then, where's Farmer's picture? Oh my God, we gave him so much shit. We're like, we go to locker, I'm like, Farms, look at this. Look, like, oh God, he doesn't give a shit. He's so damn funny, man. I miss those guys, dude. I honestly do. Oh, it's so funny, man. You know, not too many teams you could do that to, man. That was just, I don't know. I just had a blast, dude. The guys were hilarious, man. They absolutely were hilarious.
And then,
I mean, every day somebody's going to take a beating from somebody. Oh, I love it.
And then it's like when I spoke to Jordan, he said the relationship that players have with the Nottingham fans is special. That they make you earn that relationship with them, but once you get it, there's nothing quite like it.
Yeah, no, you want to keep it too. You know, like it's one thing that it's just like making the NHL. Yeah, cool, but then staying. You know. You got to bring it every night. And if I didn't bring it every night, the fans would be like, what the hell are you doing? And maybe there's a couple nights where I was a little off and stuff, and they're going to, you know, they're not going to dig at you there, but eventually they're going to be like, let's go. Where you at? Get right, you know? But another big thing, dude, I didn't miss, did you know, of all those games, which there's a lot, and how hardcore they were, I got so lucky. I never missed one shift. Maybe from a skate, maybe. I remember when my skates broke. And I'm like, oh, shit, man. But I never missed one shift. So I played out on a personal note. Like, that was like, hell yeah. It's a little bit of luck. That's a little bit of everything. You know what I mean? Plus, you're playing good minutes. Sometimes we only had 3 lines, you know, in some games. And to be able to get through the whole year without getting injured. Holy shit. Not meant falling, hitting guys 100 miles an hour. Fuck, I got lucky, man.
And
I got lucky on that.
Talk about it, like your skate, maybe how you miss it. How much does Goody look after that locker room?
Oh, Goody's awesome. He's part of the boys, dude. He's part of the guys. Like, if I needed something, Goody, help me. No, I mean, he's on it. He's on it, dude. He's a step ahead of you, which they need. The good trainers are a step ahead of you. They observe, and they're like, oh, before you even tell them, they already have it ready for you. Shit like that. That speeds up everything. It does, man. It keeps you on your game. Instead of waiting, Cam up there? No, I got to sit one because he's on it, dude. That's a big deal. They don't get enough credit, man, as a whole. Trainers, they got a hard gig, dude. Hard gig. Big time. Especially when he had his little boy, too, who's a cutie, by the way. Cute kid, my guy. He's getting big. I see him on Facebook now. That was not easy, man. And he was great. And, again, that's part of the team, dude. It's part of the reason why we were great, too, is guys like him.
You got guys like Ray and Simon who are with him as well, and Andy Dale sort of thing. They all look after you all.
They love it, eh? Oh yeah, they love it. All those guys, man, just diehards. They love the game. They love what they have there, and it's part of their life. Their family watches, or you know, it's just like it's just cool to see that, man. Again, and all those teams I played for, you have those guys. You always have those guys, and some are better than others. But damn, dude, there, man, I'm like, oh yeah, it reminds me of being in Canada and playing in. They're just like the NHL guys. They're just like the guys that you've seen that just work so hard, man, and just grind it and have relationships with you. And just again, it was a great mold of people.
And that season rolls on. And like you said earlier, there was some slips and slides. I think it's December, January, which is always a bit dangerous in Panther times for some bizarre reason. But then as the season rolls towards its close, that team really starts clicking. Guys like Franklin McDonald and Kevin Quick come in. Unfortunately, Linger has to leave. And I know when I had him on this, like he was like the 5th guest I ever had on this when he came over for Lacko's testimonial. And he said it killed him to leave. How hard was it for the guys for him to leave that locker room?
Oh, well, we were all kind of crying, dude. Well, we didn't know, actually. Linger, you know, Linger didn't tell us exactly what was going on. Like I kind of knew, but I didn't know he was going to quit then. But the whole day he was kind of weird going up there. You know, we're kind of talking and stuff. I could just tell that it was going to be something was going on, but I didn't know what. So we go up there, and then I knew right when he two-handed somebody. He fucking 2 hands. I mean, fucking. And I'm like, oh, like Linger. I'm like, oh boy, what am I gonna have to do? And then he comes off and he was teary-eyed. He was crying. And I'm like, well, you're not crying because you gave a shit that you broke this guy's leg, because I know you don't care about that. So there's something else going on. And then once the game was over, we knew, he's like, guys, I got to go. He's like, he had to go back home, man. It's not – he had kids. It's different, dude. It's not easy to go over there sometimes, you know what I mean? And but, yeah, he helped us big time. But then Cory goes out and picks up fucking McDonald and Quickie. I'm like, those guys were awesome, by the way. Both of them were really good. And, it just helps you. They're smooth skaters. Damn. I don't know where he got them from. Like, where the hell did you two come from? How the hell did you just find these guys that fast?
Yeah, why don't you two have another job somewhere? You two are really good.
How are you not playing somewhere else? Seriously. And Cory just brings them over, and they're fucking great. Like, thank you. Thank you for helping us. I don't think they gave enough credit to them, by the way. Those guys stepped up and played really well. Smooth.
And the first big game after they both came in was that Challenge Cup final in Sheffield against Cardiff. And after 12 years as a professional, that's your first chance at a professional championships. I know you won the OHL as a kid, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's your first shot at a pro championship. What is your mindset going into that game in Sheffield's arena against Cardiff?
It was like I was so nervous, man. Like, honestly, nerve-wracked a little bit. Like, because I knew, again, I didn't understand the history of it. Still, I was getting to that point. Now I do. It took time to even understand everything, really, on what wins. I just came right over and I was like, boom, here you are. So I didn't even really know. But then at first I'm like, okay, these guys, I could tell by the fans and by how the guys were talking and Cory's speech, good Lord. And I'm like, all right, let's go. Kate's there with my jersey. All the girls did their thing. The fans are going psycho. I'm like, that game was that was intense, man. That was intense. Farmer and me and Larry were crushing guys.
Yep.
Like murdering guys. I'm like, a couple times, I'm like, Farm, chill out a little bit. You just ran somebody from behind so bad. He did. Sometimes you get so amped up, man. I'd get him so amped up, dude. And we're just fucking crushing guys. And, intense. God, the saves. And, of course, in overtime, Mosley doing his thing, baby. Awesome.
The thing
we partied, dude. That was fun.
I think just before Evans scored that goal, that's the one where Brad Moran had that move off the face-off, didn't he? He tried to go forward and pass it over to Kolnick, and somehow Bounds got his glove to it. And I remember being in the arena that day thinking, this is not going to happen.
I know. And usually when you get screwed like that, you go down and score on the other end, But, yeah, no, it just was an awesome – one of the most intense games I've ever played in, really. I'm telling you. Like, it really was. I played against, a lot of playoff games in the show. But that was very, very intense. We were rolling 3 lines just going, dude. And that was one of the funnest games I've ever played in.
And and it's a good job. The coolest guy on the ice was probably Mica Weidman.
Oh, my God. He was awesome. He was so funny, too. What a goofball he is. And he always had his little kid come in the locker room who's, like, the cutest thing in the world. Like, it's cool to see that kind of stuff, man. Like, some of the, me not having kids, but seeing some of the kids when they'd walk in the locker room and we'd be like, hey, get over here. And they'd be like, and then we'd bring the kids in, we'd play with them. And, they'll never forget that. Like, you'll never, to them, that's like the coolest thing in the world. You got, 20 guys and you just watch play and we're all in the locker room and he just walks in like his eyes are this big and we all like grab him and I don't know. It's just hilarious, man. Those kids will never forget that stuff. Dude, I love that stuff.
And one thing that's just come to me is I remember an early season game, Chris Lawrence was playing for Sheffield early on. And you absolutely trucked him in one game, and then all of a sudden he's on your line. Did you and him ever speak about that?
Yeah, oh, God, yeah, dude. Oh, yeah. Like, I got you, dude. Don't you pull up on me. I'm back checking. Don't you fucking get cute on me, because I'm going right through your ass, dude. I don't play. And, that was hilarious, man. I was rocking his ass. Oh, yeah. That's fun, dude. He knows the game. He knows it. He tried to get cute. I love it.
And then you used the momentum of that Challenge Cup win to roll into the playoffs. Now, the playoff semi-finals, the quarterfinal, couldn't have got much harder because you had to take on Belfast, who are a really good team. Now, that first leg, you scored the game winner, I think, or you definitely scored a goal.
Well, before that, a couple of shifts before that, I got dangled by somebody on the wall. Somebody I tried to hit them, and they toe dragged me, go down, boom, top shelf. I'm like, oh, Oh, I mean, embarrassing. Our line, we didn't get scored on much ever. And we got dangled. It was kind of my fault. I'm like, oh, and maybe I didn't do something else in that game, so I wouldn't have a good game. And then I went out, and I got a game winner with our line right in front where Farms hits me right off my ass. I'm like, ah! And it kind of trickles in into my feet, and I kick it up and I score. And then I punch the glass so hard, my hand blew up. That's never a good thing to do. But that was fun, man. Dude, we were good. We were all good, dude. I mean, they couldn't keep up. We were just too deep.
And then that playoff quarterfinal, even though that's still that's like a normal home game, the atmosphere is just different because even though the playoffs is like, 4 games overall in the UK, that one playoff quarterfinal game, the Nottingham fans, that's sometimes that's the last chance most of them get to see you again. Because obviously the playoff finals weekend is a different beast on its own. So when you score that goal, that roof nearly almost came off.
Oh, yeah, man. Oh, that's why I punched the glass so hard. Like that, I'm going to blame – if I would have broke my hand, I would have blamed the crowd. Like, you got me too jacked up. You can't do that to me. I can't control myself. I miss that, man. Damn, dude, I do. I miss the crowd, man. I get my fix being on the radio and doing what I'm doing now and still playing. I play in these fantasy leagues and stuff like that. We fly around the country with ex-NHL guys and play in these cool games with raise money and stuff else. It's a blast. But that I do miss crowd and that high that you get, that natural high that you get from hearing fans, dude. I miss that more than anything.
Then when you win that playoff quarterfinal, what do you get told about the playoff finals weekend? Because I've been told everyone I've ever heard of this has said the only thing that comes close is the NCAA Frozen Four, but it's still its own unique beast, that playoff finals weekend. So what did you get told about it going in?
Well, that it was wild, and that, it's going to be like, like a carnival, and it kind of was, you know what I mean? And Kate had a blast, like all the girls which are really cool too, by the way. That's always a good thing when all the wives get along. It's not really an easy thing to do in sports, honestly, but in that group, they're all awesome. And so it's just easy for Kate and stuff to go cruise around and, oh God, I mean, they're just walking, and the whole thing's about you guys. So it's like a carnival, but the theme is, your husband who's playing, and they got your jerseys everywhere. Like, this is fun. Like, think about her. She was wearing my jersey. Like, she loves that shit. I mean, we took advantage of it my whole career of having fun and meeting the fans and enjoying the games. Although I make it stressful for her. I mean, fighting guys is not an easy thing to watch. Like, honestly, it looks cool now when you look back at all the fights, but in the moment, like, Kate's just like, oh God, who is it? And, she loved it, but I mean, she worried about me. Like, I mean, how do you not worry about me the way I played? Like, I'm not 6'6", I'm pretty jacked, don't get me wrong, but I'm not 6'6", and, I've always had the disadvantage, and so it was nerve-wracking always, Yeah,
especially in recent times with all the CTE stuff that's come out and stuff like that.
Oh, no, yeah. My head's good, man. Well, I say that. Let me say that loosely. But I don't have headaches and things like that. Do I have memory loss? Fuck yeah. Why do I have it? Probably for a lot of reasons. Getting hit, partying, mixture of both. I don't know. But as far as my head on a serious note, I do feel pretty good, and I'm very fortunate with that.
And then that playoff finals weekend, you go through 5 on the semi-final, gets through to the big final. Then when you get in there on the ice, do you remember what that's like because you got the side of Nottingham fans, you got a lot of Sheffield fans, and everybody else is kind of scattered around sort of. So it's like half an arena is booing you at your home.
I like that. I like that, dude. That was awesome. Look, all the fans in the end, honestly, at the beginning they chirp me and stuff like that, but I love that. I feed off all of that stuff. They're watching you still. They might not cheer the right way, but they're looking at you. You get on the ice, I can feel the eyes on you. They know you're going to do something, whether it's against their team or not. So I embrace that, dude. I'd wink at guys. I'd wave to the kids still. If there's a little kid in Sheffield, I'm waving to the kid. I'm hitting it. I'm always doing that, always. And if a guy chirps me back, I'll wink. By the end of the year, those Coventry guys, we're nice to me. We're like buddies at the end of the year. That's how you do it. It's a reverse mind game with them. They chirp you, and you're like, you're probably right on that. And then you agree with the guys. And then they're like, how can I not like you? Although you're killing my team. That's what you do. Tell all you rookies to write that down.
After 12 years as a professional, like you said, you ended your career lifting a trophy.
Yes.
then you get to do the whole thing. You get on the glass with Clarke and do the double lift up. What did that mean to you?
Man, that's everything. I started my career lifting a trophy, the OHL trophy, which is a big fucking deal. I mean, you're up in Windsor. Like, that's put you on a pedestal to go to the next level. You're in the spotlight up in Canada for juniors. You have a great series. All the scouts, everybody's looking at you. You're drafted. And so this was just like a little sign-off, like, hell yeah, all that hard work you put in, all those times where you were so maybe sick from something or whatever, and you got to go fight guys because you got to be the man. All that blood, sweat, all that. And then at the end, you're just like, hell yeah. In a beautiful little town with fans that love you, with teammates that love you, and you worked your ass off. I didn't go over there and pussyfoot around. Cory maybe had to sit me down one time and say, let's get going here. And I'm like, fuck, okay, let's go. And then I didn't. I every game I brought it for you guys every game, and I feel so good about that. I honestly, that makes me feel so good. I know it's corny to say that. I don't give a shit. That makes me feel good, and I'm glad I got to hold the trophy up at the end and party with Kate, and she loved it. And
you get that one on the ice, but then you get that one on the balcony, which I imagine is a bit more special.
Yeah, dude, it just was awesome, and everybody, it's like you're a king, You walk out there like, I don't know, like back in the day, or like, I don't know. It was very cool. And the fans I need to go back there, man. I'm going to come back and hang out for a weekend, watch some games, go in the locker room, hang out with the guys. I know I'm already setting the rules up on what I'm going to do. And that's funny. And we'll do like an autograph. Tell Gary this, like, I'll come over, and do a cool weekend and maybe like help coach a weekend or so. I don't know. Something, man. Think about it.
I'm sure we'll be able to work something out. So
yeah, I bet.
I know you're a busy man, so you've got things to do. So if you want to just sign this off with just a quick message to the Panthers fans, what would it be?
Thank you for treating Kate and I with such class. You treated us like gold. I love you guys. And I'm telling you, you guys were so fun to play in front of. I love being an entertainer, and you guys brought the heat for me. And if you didn't, I'm telling you, you just helped out so much. Always remember that. When times are tough, too, with some of these guys, just remember, like, it's a long year, and I know you guys do, but I love you from the Janssens back in Eureka, Missouri. So appreciate everything you guys done for us.
Well, thank you so much, Cam. I really appreciate this.
Anytime, brother. We'll talk soon, man.